Hello! Welcome to my video tutorial on how to compute grades using Microsoft Excel. I'm Abing Divine Grace. Alright, so as you can see in this format, this is the grading sheet format from the DepEd. I have here the records of 15 students. So shout out to my learners, Emmanuel Ando, Jordan Yagung, Lorjan Abing, and so on. So in this grading system, guys, so written works is equivalent to 30%, performance task is 50%, and quarterly assessment is 20%. So we have here the subject of math. So in this tutorial, we will compute the total score, okay, the PS, and the weighted score of the value sa ilahang score. Alright, so let's first compute the written works. Okay? And let us assume that the first score, silang first quiz is 25, next is 30, third is 15, and last is 20. Okay, giving us a total of 90. And as you can see, I already entered the scores of my learners. Alright, so now let's start with the written works na computation. So there is a total with a formula of equals, okay, type sum, double click this, and then, so again, let's compute first the value of total score. So with a formula of equals, type sum, double click that one, and then click the first score and then comma that serve as addition. Then the second score, comma, third score, comma, and the last score. And then you need to enter. Okay, that's it. We already computed the total score of my first learner. And then in order to mapadali ang flow, smooth ra siya is you need to drag it down. So, na-compute na nato ang sa male. And then let's proceed to the female. So, same process, equals, and then type sum, double click, first score, comma, second, comma, third, comma, fourth, and then enter. Alright, so drag it down. Okay, so that's it. We are already done with the total score. So now let's proceed to the PS. Alright, so with a formula of equals, open parentheses, click the total score, and then divided by the overall total score, then close parentheses, and then asterisk that serve as multiplication or multiply it by 100. You need to click the 100 and then enter. So that's the PS. And then drag it down. Okay, and as you can see, there's an error here. But do not be worried because we can still repeat the process. All right. So, type the same process, equals, open parentheses, click the total score, divided by the overall total score, close parentheses, asterisk or times 100. Enter. All right. So that's it. Okay, let's have the female. Equals, open parentheses, click the total score divided by the overall, close parentheses, asterisk, and 100. All right. And you need to drag it down, drag it down. Okay, another error. Again, do not be worried. Okay, let's repeat the process. Again, equals, divided, open parentheses, total score, divided by the overall total score, close parentheses, asterisk, or you multiply it by 100, and enter. Okay, how about here? Do not be worried with the error because that's life. We can relate it to life, that we can make mistakes, but the most important thing there is you move on and you move forward. Okay, so much for that. Let's continue. Equals, open parentheses, 75 divided by the overall total score. Okay, the close parentheses, asterisk, and 100. So that's it. So we are already done with the PS. So let's proceed to the WS, or the weighted score. So now, in order to get the weighted score, formula of equals, click the PS score, and then multiply or asterisk, multiply it by 0.3 since ang weighted score is equivalent to 30. Okay? And then enter. Okay, let's have it. Again, let's have it. Okay, para mo retain sa inyong mind. Again, equals, click the PS score, and then times 0.3. Okay, that's the answer. Then drag it down para mapadali siya. Charan. That's the answer. Again, let's repeat the process for the female. Asterisk 0.3. All right. Then drag it down. All right. That's it. So we are now done with the written works. So of course, let's now proceed to the performance task. We're in another total score, another PS, and another WS ang ato ang i-calculate. So now, the same process. Here, let's start sa total. So equals, type sum, double this click, first score, comma, second score, comma, third score, enter. Okay, and then drag it down. Right, so in female, equals, type sum, double click, first score, comma, second score, comma, third score, enter. And then double this, drag it down. All right, so we're now done with total. So let's proceed sa PS. So equals, open parentheses, click the score, divided by the overall total score, close parentheses, asterisk, 100. Okay, so as you can see, the same ang nagawas because 100 ang total and ang PS is 100. It seems like, it's like, divide na to siya sa iyang self. Okay, the same goes drag here. But again, error siya, so let's repeat the process. Equals, open parentheses, 94 divided by 100, close parentheses, asterisk 100. Okay, so let's have the female. Equals, open parentheses, 89 divided by 100, close parentheses, asterisk divided by 100. All right, and let's drag it down. And let's correct the errors. Again, equals, open parentheses, 95 divided by 100, close parentheses, asterisk 100. Okay, and this one, error. So, again, equals, open parentheses, divided by 100, close parentheses, multiplied by 100. All right, so now let's have the WS or the weighted score. So equals, click the PS score, and then this time, i-multiply nato siya sa 0.5 since ang equivalent sa WS is 50% man. Mahimo na siyang 0.5. Okay, enter. So, drag it down. Alright. So, sa female, again, equals, click the PS score times 0.5. Alright, so that's it. And let's drag it. Okay. So now, let's proceed to the quarterly assessment. Okay, here is ang atong i-compute kay ang PS and ang WS. Okay, so let's start with the PS. So again, ang PS is equals, open parentheses, click the score, and then divide it by 50, close parentheses, multiplied by 100. Okay, and we'll just drag it down like that, and we need to correct the errors here. Okay, again, equal, then open parentheses, 45 divided by 50, close parentheses, times 100. Okay, so here, need to type equals, open parentheses, 47 divided by 50, close, asterisk, and 100. Okay, and then let's drag it down and correct the errors. Okay, so again, let's repeat the process. Equals, open parentheses, 49 divided by 50, close, times 100. Okay, and let's correct this one. Equals, open parentheses. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, here. Equals, open parentheses, divided by 40 divided by 50 here, and then close parentheses, asterisk 100 was. Okay, so now let's proceed to the weighted score of the quarterly exam. So equals, click the PS times 0.2 because ang equivalent sa WS is 20%, so mahimo siyang 0.2. Alright, let's drag it. Alright, and then here's a female equals, click the PS score times 0.2. Alright, there it goes. And then drag. Okay, so now let's proceed to the initial grade after computing the written works, the performance tasks in the quarterly exam, of course, atong i-follow ang initial grade. Okay, if ma-fill in na ang tanan ng everything. So here, so ang formula is type equals, type sum, and then double it click, and then you need to add all the weighted score from written works, comma, weighted score from performance task, comma, and here. Okay, and enter. So that's the initial grade, 88.73, and we need to drag it down. Okay. And again, sa female, equals, type sum, double it click, weighted scores are written per written works, comma, here, comma, and here. Enter. So that's it. And then drag it. Okay. So now, guys, so we are now in the computing the quarterly grade. In order to get the quarterly grade, we have here, the transmitted grade. Okay? So, mao ni ang mahimong equivalent sa initial grade. So, if ang 88.73, again, initial grade pa na siya. And then, ang quarterly grade jud siya is mag-base jud siya sa transmitted grade. Okay? So, let's have it. Let's look for the value or the equivalent sa initial grade. For instance, ang kaning 88.73, ato siyang anawon sa transmitted grade. 88.73 belongs here. So, mahimong 93 ang quarterly grade. Okay? And then, 90.33 is belong here sa 94. Let's have it, 94. And then, ang 86.47 is 91. Alright? And then, 86.07 belongs here. Okay? 91. And then, ang 81.50, so belongs here sa 88. Okay. Then, ang 90.97 belongs 90.97. Belongs here, right? Sa 94. And then, sa 92.77, here, belongs here, 95. Okay, and then ang 93 belongs here sa 95. Okay? Then ang 81 point, okay, 95. Ang 81.10 belongs here, 88. Then ang 82.47, 89. 84.70, 90. 82.40, 89. 80.50, 88. And 86.17, 86.17 belongs to 91. And then 90.3 belongs to here, 94. So, that's it, guys. So, sa quarterly grade, always lang jud mag-base sa transmitted grade. Okay, so we are now already computed the quarterly grades of my 15 learners sa math nga subject. So now let's proceed to English. All right, so now since we are done computing all the grades, no, all the subjects, all the 4 subjects, so right now I have here on the screen the sample report card, okay? DepEd Form 13A. This is, no, this Destiny Christian Learning Center, Mactan Corporation, Shalom Compound, Babag Uno, Lapu-Lapu City. Okay, so this report card, so this is the front page. Okay, this report card is for Yagong Jordan, 7 years old, age 2, age 7 years old, and grade 2, and in LRN advisor sex, section, and school year. So this portion is ang information sa students. Okay, and then this one is the back portion. Okay, wherein naadiri ang signature or sa parent or sa guardian, and of course naadiri ang days of absences and ang days sa presences sa student. Okay, and as you can see, naadiri ang starting na month sa school until the end. And then school days, days present, and days nga absent. So, and of course, napod ang total days. Okay. And then, after that is here. Muna siya ang grade. So, if we can recall, no, ang Filipino ni Yagong Jordan is 88. Ang iyang English, ang iyang final grade, yes, is 94, and mathematics is 80, and ang science is 95. So, makita na po nato sa report card ang descriptors kung unsa ang equivalent sa iyang grade. Okay, so when we say 90 to 100, that means outstanding and passed ang iyang remarks. And then ang 85 to 89, very satisfactory na siya. And then ang 80 to 84, satisfactory. And ang fairly satisfactory ang 75 to 79. And below 75 did not meet expectation. Okay, passed ni ang outstanding to fairly satisfaction. However, failed ang below 75. And let's try to examine sa grade ni Yagong Jordan, wherein ang Filipino is 88, so that means na-belong siya sa very satisfactory. So of course, ang remarks niya here is passed. And then ang English is 94, so belong siya sa outstanding, the highest level of descriptors. Okay, and then ang mathematics is 80. Okay, sa satisfactory siya na belong, but still passed siya. And then ang science is 95. Okay, nabilong siya sa outstanding. So as we can see, ang lowest niya kay ang math ni Jordan Yagong, and then ang highest kay science. Alright, so let's proceed here. We're in this portion, muna siya ang learners observe values. Wherein nadiri ang core values ni maka-Diyos, maka-tao, makakalikasan at makawansa. So mauni siya ang ma-observe, no, sa teacher. So here sa maka-Diyos na ay expresses one's spiritual beliefs and so on. So maka-tao, makakalikasan at makabansa na siya specific niya nga gidefine, no, kung ang student is ingana ba siya. I-classify or describe ba siya is as ingana. And then if once masita og AO, so as we can see si Jordan Yagong is AO siya tanan, so that means is always observed. So, na-observe sa teacher, no, ang pagkamaka-Diyos, pagkamaka-tao, pagkamakakalikasan at pagkamakabansa ni Yagong Jordan. Ang SO is sometimes observed, ang RO is rarely observed, and NO is not observed at all. Okay, so here naapod here ang activities. Christian Month, buwan ng wika, Children's Month within sa school year sa mga bata. Alright? So, that consists of the report card of the students. Okay, or the DepEd Form 138. So, that's all, guys, and I hope that you learned everything that I've discussed for today. So, thank you so much. Always remember the formula, okay, in order to get the total score, the PS, and the weighted score of your learners, okay? And then, of course, you need to have their report card, okay, that coincide the uh, final grade of the students upon computing. All right, so that's all, everyone. Thank you so much, and see you on my next video tutorial. Bye!